Microphone, why are you there? Boom, smash. What's happening here? Why is that? How do I usually do it? One day off. Look, one day off. No idea. Come on. Maybe I have to put something under it. Do I stick something under there? Let's see what else. What's that? Motorbike license. That might work. All right. First time here, enjoying it. Oh, come on. Does that tighten up anymore? It does tighten up, but what's happened with that? That doesn't seem to be working. Can you hear me? Can you hear me there? Yeah. Okay, that's going to have to do. Fuck it. Who cares? Let's just have chaos. Let's just go mad. Right, let's get a bit of colour in the cheeks. The computer might die. I've had mad problems. It's been going really wrong. Let me shut some things I don't want to. I've just opened something. Close. Let me just make sure nothing else is open that don't need to be. Bing, bam, bam, boo, 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 I can close that. Let me get a bit of colour in my cheeks. Nice to see you. Sorry about yesterday. Guess what happened? Oh, I had a headache. Oh, excellent. Fucking unbelievable. All week, no problem. Saturday, all day to myself. Work on my novel. Go for a walk. Chill out. Relax. No. Lay there all day, just eyes shut, awake. Yeah, good. And woke up like it. Not even a migraine. Just that tumour knocking on the door. You can't get away from me that easy, Dangerfield. But I started feeling better about 2 hours ago, and I thought, you know what, I'm fucked if I'm sitting around doing nothing. It is early doors here. It's only 9:30. Usually I start this thing about midnight, so we might get a couple of hours out of it. Might get a bit more if it's going all right. I haven't got many memes, none, but I got some clips. I got some chat. I'm sure 2 things happened that are going to crack you up, but I can't remember what they were. I will do though, because when I need to talk, I tend to find the words. Let's try this one first, and then a little bit less of this one. Yep, that's all right. I'm going to turn the brightness down a little bit because it's giving me a headache. Nice to see you. Nive. What's going on over here? Right, let's turn that off. Silent mode on. I'll tell you what I started doing today. Lord save me. Today I started doing, I'm just going to take the edge off that. I know it's brightened me off a bit, but hello, mate. Want brightening off? $5, yeah? Down the alley. Today I started feeling, I wrote my last will and testament. That's not a pleasant thing to do. I felt so rotten yesterday. I thought, maybe this is it. It's over. I'm done. I'm finally on the way out. And I was, you get a bit like that when you feel sick, don't you? Well, I don't know if you do, but I do. I get a bit nihilistic. I kind of think, this is the end. Bom, bom, bom. And I thought, what if I was to die? What if I was to actually cark it? I ain't got a lot, but I've got my stocks. I've got a little bit of crypto. Got my bit of the business. And if you don't write a will, where does that stuff go? So I had to find an executor. I had to find 2 executors. I haven't asked one of them yet, but I'm sure he'll be all right. I put his name on it. And yeah, it does feel a bit like that though, Snoopy. Nice to see you here again, mate. Become a regular. It's hello, Jack. Nice to see you, son. All right, Steve. Rags is on the firm. All right, Amy. Have you been gambling on how late I'll be? Raymond, who had 6 minutes. Who is £2 for Raymond, steady on, mate. Come on, this is hard for me. I am shafted. We'll do all right, though. Someone who had 6 minutes. Look at that. I was watching yesterday. I was watching a stream that StreamYard do. So boring. So there's only about 50 people watching it, right? And StreamYard do it, and they're trying to be really excited. And they know that it's dull. But they were talking about a countdown. Because weirdly, I mean, this is how out of my head I was, how sort of lost in the truth of my life. I ended up watching the StreamYard tips for streaming video, right? I've been streaming longer than these people. But miraculously, they gave a good tip. They said frequently, you'll say when you're going to start, but then this will happen. And they'll say, most of you will watch regular streamers and you'll notice they're always a bit late. And I was thinking, yeah, that's me. And it said, so what we recommend is you get a countdown. So say I start streaming I'll be starting at 6 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock, there's a countdown. But at 6 o'clock, I can then go, right, what do I need to do? Right, I need 3 minutes. But I can't help thinking I'd just be giving myself another do you know what I mean? You can't put off getting your time right by giving yourself 2 deadlines. What I'm actually going to do there is give myself 2 chances to be late. So it will probably be just double bubble, toil and late trouble. Nice to see you, though. Sorry I'm always late, people. It isn't intentional. It really isn't. IR reckons it's the book that's giving me headaches. I've always had them. I've had them since I was a kid. Sometimes I can go years without them. Sometimes I have a spate of them. Sometimes I can have them every day. It's just the way it goes. I'll be all right. Oh, is it really? Well, let's have some. Arklow Rocks is saying the weather there is shocking. Let's have some storm reports on the old English hurricane. Not Higgins. He was excellent, though, wasn't he? Did anyone find today's thumbnail scrub? Clearly the most handsome, good-looking of all scrubs. I think it's fair to say that the only scrub that's been better looking than me on that thumbnail, and I am a little bit disappointed about that. It had to happen at some point. You can't be the top of every tree. You just can't. Let's have another look at him. I'll give you some clues. I'll give you a clue. He looks like a pop star, doesn't he? He looks like a rock star. I mean, have a look at this boat. Sent me a few more pictures as well. I've never seen them, and I was like, fucking hell, man. Who have we got here? Packer reckons it's Marzipan. No. Cray says Jack London. No. Mick King says Liverpool is pissing down and windy. IR says pissing down up north. We're mixing the it's not Martin, Mrs. Me, and it goes back to the will. We tried to write a will for the both of us, but they recommend professional. Tried to write a will for the both of us, but the recommended professional I got, his wife went into labour and suspected woo flu. Fucking typical. You don't need a professional, Miss Me, and it's very simple. You don't give money to people you don't need to. I found a legal firm that just told you how to do it. Chrissy! Thank you, Chrissy. Fart and tart and tay. Chrissy's day is a fart and tartan day. There you go, darling. I know you like it like that. Hello, historical doppelganger. Strong winds, still strong winds and rain where I am. Had a few trees down in places. A fucking wall. Windy Willow comes in the chat. A wall fell down, just missing a kid, one of her boys. He does look like a pop star, and he has got that junkie look, which is another clue. It isn't Dr. Ratpaul Jer. Nice to see you, John, of course. Well, I said hello, Steve. Nice to see you, son. Hello, iTower. It's not Moslab. Moslab's been on here for God knows how long. We've all seen him. We've just had a new member, Batoon Beige. Who are you, Batoon Beige? That's an interesting... I think you're new in these parts. Have you just jumped in and joined? Lovely to have you on the firm. I'll get that up on the screen in a minute. Hello, William. It's a sunny 32 in Basingstoke. I had a date in Basingstoke once. So boring. We had a fuck though, but it was so boring. I even said to her, I said, this is so boring. I said, we don't get on at all, do we? She went, no. I said, should we have a fuck though? That might work. She went, all right then. And that was all right, actually. And afterwards, we were both fine. Never saw her again though, but, you know, sometimes you just got to get down to business. I don't think either of us really wanted a date. Didn't know her. Sometimes you don't get on, do you? Jim says, get a Zoom legal form. Write your own. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Write your own. Mine's a Word document. You can find out online. Hello, Charlie. You can find out online what you need to put on it. Make a note of that, and then just make sure you get all your details. Hello, Amy. There you go. Look, Batoon Beige became a member. I don't know who Batoon Beige is, but it's great to have you on the firm. I promised streams today for private members, but that ain't going to happen as usual. Next weekend, sorry. Emery says, it ain't me, but I'm much more handsome. I don't think any scrub is as handsome as that scrub. Look at it. Look, ridiculous. Sam Atom says it looks like Ryan Dawson. It's not Jer. No, good call though. Hello, John. It's not foot golf. We know what foot golf looks like. It's not Mark. Anyone called it? It's not. Come on, this is just jokes now. Everyone knows Lumi looks like. Lumi, oh my gosh. Lumi says, can't do a wheel here. Everything is split equally between remaining dependents after the state has taken most of it. Good Lord. Well, I must admit, I have got like a second wheel, which is just stashes. Hello, Claire Louise Hottie. Nice to see you. Lovely. We'll have as many hotties on the firm as possible. I also like the name Louise. First love was Louise. No man hot. But come on, you've got to acknowledge good looks. You're lying to yourself if you don't think that fella there has got it going on. That fella there walks into any booze and walks out of any bird he wants. Hello, Carl. Wet and windy up north. Didn't get anything from the storm. Ah, dear. Wet and windy in Holland there. Were you on it? Oh, okay. No, just got blown over onto the grass. He very much does. There you go. Someone else with a little bit of honesty. Anyone? John actually laughing at it. I'll tell you what, though. Foot golf did used to have long hair like that, though, when I first met him. We've seen Campbell. We've seen the boy Campbell. Oh, by the way, I told you I talked to Leon, didn't I? And I told you I talked to Cheryl Peters. Did I tell you that Cheryl Peters sends you all her love, though? I told her I did, and then I thought, I'm not sure. Arklow says it's sure as heck ain't me. Come on, anyone? It's not Baz. Oh, okay. Yeah, I turned up on Rackpool last night. I had said a little hello, talked about the football. Only done 10 minutes. Hello, Hans. It isn't Hans' worst, but that just shows you how attractive it is when people are calling it for themselves. Do you know what I mean? Hello, Ian. Good to see you, mate. Gale force rains up in Northern Ireland. Trees down, driving rain. Mrs. Me in it says, he looks wistful, just like he's done a spectacular fart. I'm proud of it. He's still handsome. I think you're saying more about yourself there, Mrs. Me in it. Picking gas is going to need a bigger boat. What are the older barges like in a storm, picking gas? I'm guessing does it bang around a bit? Now, this is weird. He's not in the chat, but you all know him. That's another clue. Yeah, you're absolutely welcome, Claire. Lovely people here, nice people. Hello, Barkley. Barkley picked up his new bike in the storm and got launched across Norwich. Got blown home. It's not Brandon Lee, and I'm sorry if that's your final answer. It isn't Pizzle. Pizzle looks good, though, it has to be said. Good looking lad. You're fucking joking. Bally G had long hair, but he didn't look like that. It's not James from Philadelphia. No. Oh, Lord, no. It's not Shane. No. Shane's a good looking lad, though, without a doubt. Right, I'm going to tell you. It's not dual citizen, although no one's seen him. Could be. Right, how can I give you another clue? Oh, let me try and think up a cryptic clue. Yeah, I'll give you a clue. It isn't Arnold Lane. Good clue. Good idea, Vincent. Here. Right, this is before. It isn't the rich JC. The rich JC. Hello, Dan Cooper. Nice to have you around here. The American Redoubt checking in. I'm more than welcome. It's not Dan. No, it's not Dan. The scrubs. The scrub in the scrub nail, just above your message in the chat there. Not Sid Barrett, although it does look a little bit like a young Barrett. Hello, Sam Atom, new in these parts. I recognise the name. It's not Kaiser Sosa. It's not Mousecat. It's contemporary. Mousecat reckons it looks like the bloke who sung "Put your hands up, put your hands up." Is that it? I don't know. Right here, here's the clue. It's pure. It's pure. No, I knew that. Sorry, Sam, that's ridiculous. As soon as I said it, I thought, no. It's not Viggo Mortensen. I don't think Viggo's a scrub. Gary answered. Okay. Right. All right, I'm going to tell you all. He definitely looks like a rock star, doesn't he? Smith who? Who's Smith? Smith. Now that is a great call. That Arklow is a great call. If someone doesn't get it now, I'll tell you the person who it is has just jumped up and down at home. He'll be watching. He's just gone absolutely mad that you've said that. That answer comes in the chat any minute now. Hello, housewife from Chiang Mai again. You're the Chiang Mai person from the other day, are you? Have we got another Chiang Mai in the firm? Hello, Schrodinger's cat flap. It's not an early Neil Young. Oh, I can't believe you're not getting it. How short line memories are. Arklow gave it to you. Arklow gave it to you on a plate. I'll put Arklow's comment back on the screen. It's not John Francis. Hello, Lee. Even Arklow's clueless. It's not Mark. No. Oh, Emrys. Boom. Yeah, Emrys got it. Finally put all the... there you go. Look, Vincent got it and all. The spiritualized super fan, but can't think of his name. There you go. Nah, Emrys nailed it. Fucking how handsome is that, though? Sent me 4 photos. I was like, fuck me. Hello, Killer GP. Cool to see you. Yeah, mad cool. It's just incredible. Looks like the singer in his favorite band. Good stuff. Knive one, says Amy. That one's going nowhere, is it? Knife one. Alan's on the firm. Boom. Lovely. Well, there you go, people. Good to see you, Alan. Hope you're all right, mate. Hello, European housewife. I think I can make your comments a bit bigger on the screen. They seem a bit small, don't they? Let me see how I do that. Oh, it would appear I can't. Oh, hang on. I can put background music on. Should try this. You up for a bit of background music? What do you make of that? Oh, and there's the damn countdown I was looking for. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Chris. I come from Cambodia. I was on the toilet earlier. I should have showed it to you. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll drop that music immediately. But this is the stop. This is the content you come for. We've hit the 100. Let's get the grift out of the way and then we'll get on with some content. Bush. Lindsay, thanks for the photos. Shockingly handsome. Incredible looking stuff. Right, I'll keep this short and sweet. Let me get entropy opened up. I should have kept the music on really for this bit, shouldn't I? Damn. Yeah, I'll try this one. Into space. All right. Yeah. All right. I'll just do this for the grift. I never knew you could do any of this. Yeah, this is the grift. I'm not pissed or stoned. I'm fucking alone. Friendless. Mateless. When I wrote a will, I didn't have an executor. I had to ask a bloke in the burger shop round the corner if he'd do it. On the off chance I die, say I give out my 20 quid savings. Right, hang on. Now we're going to have a cracking show, people. Don't worry about it. I will obviously stop that racket in a minute. Not quite yet. I'm going to leave it open for the crypto. Gives it a sense of leisure. All right, there. This is how you can support the channel. Oh, it changed. Yeah, the grifter rap. It certainly has got a touch of the Bon Tempi about it. Nice one, Alan. Hoyt to you. Yeah, bless you, Alan. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I think so, Cole. I think for this intro bit, I think when I'm just chatting and doing the grift, I think a bit of tunage is going to be all right. Yes, Jack, tell them. Get people here. We need scrub energons. We're going to open with a bit of cracker. I want to know your thoughts on it. Quite an interesting take on Ottawa. Oh, that would appear to have... where's that? Oh, it's Picard. For the content and the format and the grift. We're playing it real. We got branding. We got background music. We got bubble writing. Yeah. 3, 4. Only took me 6 years to get it looking vaguely professional because I had fears. I was shit, but I wasn't. I was worse than shit. I was the stuff underneath it. Right, sorry. Let's just get this entropy out of the way. Not the entropy, the grift. Hello, people. Here's how you can support this channel. You can become a member. That's a top link in the description. Private streams for those people. They tend to get put back a bit because I'm always having headaches and dying. I wrote a will. Bear in mind I wrote a will when you're thinking about donating. Super chat is the $. Fart! Super chat is the $. That's a two-handed paying mantis. At the bottom of the chat, if you want to donate and not give YouTube anything, you can use entropy, which I previously pinned. Spinner. Oh. I previously pinned that up there. I'm going to be up there. That's it, really. Substack as well. No, Subscribe Star. I want to thank my Subscribe Star supporters. I've got 5 of them. That's like a monthly thing. This isn't my full-time job, but I do put a lot of effort into it, and I do really appreciate the donations. And I have to say, you lot are excellent, and it's very lovely of you. All right, I'll turn the music off now because we're going to have a look at some clippage. DJ Cease. I felt like I had the power. I got the power. Denny said it sounds like Blue Jam. It did. Did you see the Blue Jam one where one of them was so dark? One of them was dark. It was all darkness. There was a woman giving birth, and the nurse was going, "Come on, just push. Come on, it's crowning." And the husband was holding the wife's hand and sort of going, "You're nearly there, darling. Hold on." And then like the husband sort of looked at the nurse, and they sort of maintained eye contact. And as she started sort of delivering the baby, the husband and the nurse had a fuck. I was just going, shit in Ada. It was really dark. But, you know, what are you going to do? I used to like Just Jam. It was audio only. Very good. Don't really like Chris Morris anymore, though. It was all right when I was a younger man, but it's the children, really. Everyone always says, "Nah, man, Brass Eye is fucking brilliant. Nah, the day-to-day is brilliant. Go and watch it now." And when you watch it like this, it's not that good. It's not that good. It was excellent at the time. Like I say, when I was 15 or whatever it was, but it ain't all that. I don't know. Here's some manipulation, Dosh. I thought I answered those questions well, though. Well, obviously, so did you, Raymond, or I doubt you'd have said that. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? It's Peter Shyfix in it. Lovely. Right, so listen, people, while we're talking about Lindsay and Spiritualized, so remember I was telling you that geezer answered me. The man who produced, ladies, the man who produced Pure Phase. It's a very well-known spiritual. You all know they're my favorite band, right? That's why this is important. He engineered it and mixed 2 different mixes together, but I can't play it to you because you're not allowed to. But it's got this phase sound that goes all the way through the album. And the geezer that done it, this Mads Bjerk fella, he answered my comment on YouTube. It was mind blowing, and he said he spliced the whole freaking album together in 2-bar sections. Now, this isn't done on a computer. It's digital tape, but literally you have to put it into a little thing and splice it and then stick it to the neck. Really? Can you imagine how long that would take for a whole album? Then they done the same with Ladies and Gentlemen, We're Floating in Space, which is that's when Spiritualized kind of stamped their awesomeness on the history of British rock music. And they done it for that as well. So anyway, I said to him, "Do you want to come on my channel and have a talk about when you engineered those albums?" The answer is yes. No pinner? All right, I'll do that now. Sorry, people, I'm not 100%. I'll pin it now. Thank you. Shush you, Dangerfield, with all that chat. I'll do it right now. Hang on. Come back here. Thanks for reminding me. That's very kind of you. I have now pinned. Yeah, he's coming on. The engineer of the 2 best. Pure Phase, Ladies and Gentlemen, Floating in Space. Personally, I like the one before the last one the best, and Nothing Hurt. But anyway, he's coming on to talk about engineering those albums. And what was quite nice was he said, "I can't really talk about Jason and that," and I haven't replied to it yet because I want to get it right and think about it. But I don't. I'm not a fanboy. I don't want you to sit there going, "Tell what was Jason." If I wanted to know what Jason Pierce was like, I would have asked him when he used to drink tea at Bar Italia, sitting two seats up for me. The geezer's name is Mads Bjerk. Mads Bjerk. I'll tell you what he's engineered. See you later, Irving. It was nice. It will be interesting, wouldn't it, Tristan? Because what I was thinking of, there were so many people in SUBSTACK who made music. People will be interested in hearing from a bloke who's made a living and out of being a professional music producer. These are some of the albums he's done. Well, there's 146. So we won't read through all them, but obviously loads of Spiritualized. I'm trying to think other bands here you might know. British Sea Power, some of you know them. The Shaman, he done The Shaman, Make It Mine, Intact, Move Any Mountain, you'll probably remember. Some Mark Armand, he's done. There's hundreds and hundreds. The geezer's like a, he's made. There's 6 more pages of his discography. So that'll be incredible to get him on and just talk about that. Right, let's get in. Yeah, I think so, Mick. Yeah. I'm so glad a few of you are saying that. I mean, I'm mind blown. This just came from someone saying about, I wonder how they got that sound. And I was like, because Lindsay reads all the interviews and sends them to me. And so because I found out how they got that sound and what organ they used and all that, I told this bloke. And then Mads came in and went, yeah, that's right, Dangerfield. I actually was the person who'd done it. And from there to coming on, I don't know if it'll be a live. I don't know if it'll be everyone's cup of tea, but maybe, let's see. Now, the other news is I got in touch with Professor Teddy Dutton and said, look, I'm sorry about fucking you up last time. Because last time he wanted me on was when I went down with the diazepam. And then I said, can I come on your show, please? Sorry about last time. And he said, yeah, fuck! He said, yeah, but are you going to just email me a week before and say you can't do it? And I said to him, well, if you insist. I said, but no, I won't. So he's obviously umming and ahhing. He only does, I think, 2 or 1 show a week. So when someone like me stitches him up like that, that's a pain in the arse, because he's got family, he's a professor, he's busy. And if he's got someone lined up and then advertises it and thinks, right, I haven't got to think about that till Friday night or whatever, and then Thursday night or Wednesday I go, I can't do it, I'm sorry. It's a kick in the teeth. So I wouldn't be surprised if he says no, but he has at least got back to me and said, are you sure you're not going to fuck me about? I mean, I don't think so. He's come on here before. I think he'll understand. We'll see. But nice one, Jer. Machano Proprietor Tutu. Jer says, have it. It would appear, Raymond, you've always got to pay the piper, has started something of a local meme. Thank you, Jer. Jer has absolutely saved me. Jer sent me a tank atomizer with a 1 coil, but it's twice as long as the normal 2. So less hassle and a tank. So, and at first I said, I can't, I don't want, it's too much. It's too much hassle for you. Blah, blah, blah. And in the end I went, oh, go on then. And I'll get that in about 3 weeks, I reckon. So anyway, so I might be on Teddy Dutton's show soon. We'll see. But that's kind of in the balance. But if I was a betting man, I'd be more yes than no. But we'll see. And 2, Semiagog, he's fucking busy with some big life stuff, but he is coming on, but we don't know when. And the Mads Bjerk, the engineer, he's going to come on. Mick says, Chris, you'd be great for Atwood. Well, yeah, but check this out. We'd already spoke about it. He wanted me and Gail to come on, right, and talk about all that crack diaries stuff. Gail didn't want to do it. And weirdly, then nor did Atwood. So no eye candy, no can do. I don't blame him not wanting just me, though. I mean, Well, he actually said yes, but he wanted Gail there as well. I mean, it's kind of understandable, you know. I haven't got massive crime stories. I've just got petty drug dealing, which I don't think that's not how he makes his money, is it? He makes his money with shocking. You know, you're better off going to a Substack anyway. Is Pags over there on Twitch, you cheeky monkey? Right, we're going to have an absolutely superb stream. Yeah, people say things like that though, Lumi. They literally do. Yeah, I'm not fart and fart. Exactly, Mr. King. Anglo, you cheeky bugger. What on earth? You're streaming at an unusual time. Hoit. Well, bedded off yesterday, bedded off most of the day, started feeling better, and I thought, I don't want to be streaming at midnight and be up all night again. So I'll just do it now. And also, some people who can't usually see the streams can see it at an unusual time. Nice one, Anglo. Thanks for that, lady. Machano Prasha Tutu. Yeah, there's not a lot there. I mean, it's just I'm not really into those stories. For me, they lack an angle. They're not the best storytellers. A lot of those criminals he has on, they're just people who sort of go, done this, done that. And I'll tell you, I really don't trust. Who's that posh sort of fancies himself as a bit of a sort of a Lumi, you know I'm talking about. What's his name? He's like a posh. Oh well, after spending 4 years in a Thai prison, there was the hospital escape. Yeah, I don't believe half of his stories. Like, absolutely, the Britisher's not a very bright bloke, is he? He says some really weird stuff. Yeah, they're all over him, aren't they? It's a bit. Yeah, that's him. But there's a literary figure that he fancies himself, and I can't remember the name. Lumi will know it. He'll drop it in a minute. Exactly that. Yeah, I can't place it either. Hello, what's the name? Marzipan just said David. But a lot, I don't watch it. I mean, he's done well for himself, though. I mean, let's be honest. He was locked up in an American prison for having quite a big drugs operation. You know, not many people get out of that and have another go at life. Hello, Manny Moo. Good to see you. No, he doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's the fella, Charlie. I mean, look, I'm not accusing him of lying. I'm just it's something that doesn't add up. You know, as far as I can see, he's been in prison all his life. He talks like I can't think what the fucking. Yes, Falsh is still worse, without a doubt. No, not Flashman. I probably got it wrong. Not Beau Brummel. Nothing wrong with Beau Brummel. Good Lord, Beau Brummel's a hero of mine. Yeah, but and then how long did he get back in? It's Terry Thomas. That'll do. That'll do. Thank you, John. Thank you. The old Bangkok Hilton. You know what they call it in Thailand, John? The monkey house. Charlie's just outright saying it. There's something not right there, isn't there? I don't know what it is. And like I say, I'm not saying it's necessarily deception, but I don't know. I don't like to judge people, and I'm trying not to. But there's something's wrong. You're allowed to say that there's something wrong, but it could just be me. It could be me reading it incorrectly. Right. We're gonna start off with a bit of salty cracker, but it might crash my system. It might not even play. But very interesting take on Ottawa, and I've got a couple of other. Yeah, John, they used to say it to me all the time. No, you do that, you got monkey house. Fucking hell. Yeah, yeah, that angle is just a bit desperate, isn't it? The cad. Right. Vart and vart and vart and vart. Raymond escaped from a Thai restaurant without paying. I've escaped from a few without eating. Nice one, Raymondo. Machano Capraju 2D. Have you seen the new Kingsman movie? What, is there a third one, or you mean the second one? I've seen 1 and 2, and I'll tell you this: they're god awful movies, but I do watch them for the clothes. The Kingsman shop is actually Henry Poole on Savile Row. Talking about which, where's my damn fucking shopping therapy trousers? Where are they? When are they going to arrive? Hello, Mad Lizzie. The line broke, the monkey got a joke, and they all went to heaven in a little rowing boat. Clap, clap. Harry Palmer says Interpol are coming for you. Well, check this out. So Cambodia introducing NIG. Right, I'm just letting you know. Cambodia are introducing NIG. Now, NIG is like some kind of firewall where they can monitor internet traffic coming in and out of the country, and the government have said they're doing it so they can maintain customs and traditions and blah blah blah. Now, here's my honest thoughts on NIG. I am blatantly making a joke. They don't do that, John, because it'll get me in trouble. Here's my honest thoughts on it, right? I'm a guest in this country. It's not my country. They do what they want, and I accept it because I'm a guest. It's a privilege that they let me live here. It is, and I honestly mean that. This is no blag or anything. Now, I don't have a say on it. As a guest, I don't get to comment on it. So you'll have to make your own mind. And no, I was looking out for you more than me, John, because someone told me that 6 people got their accounts closed down. So yeah, that's it. Now I did read an article saying there's a potential that they won't be able to get YouTube and Facebook, and that might mean the end of this channel. I can't see that. I can't see him doing that. I just can't see him doing that. So there you go. That's what my thoughts are. I thought I should say it, but nothing to do with me. Right, let's. Tristan says you're the best guest. Well, in fairness, Joe Guest is the best guest, but I'll take that. Thank you very much. What do I want to show you first? I want to get rid of this salty cracker link because I think it's going to crash my computer. But before I show you that, I need to show you something else. Right, let's have a look at this. Give me a second, people. Right, hang on. Right, if it does all crash, while there's 145 people here, if you like reading, I've got a Substack. I write true stories about my life. It's in the description. It's totally free. There's 15 stories in the archive, and if you put your email in, you'll see where. Any new ones I write will be sent directly to your email. It's a very good way of supporting the channel. It don't cost anything. In the description, Substack. Yeah. I should have put the damn background music on, shouldn't I? Right, I want you to check this out. I'm going to have to get the old cans out, which means I'll have to be varting. 45 minutes I've been talking. Good Lord. The grift has been ridiculous. It hasn't. It's been all right for a Sunday. Come on. Right, let me just press some buttons and crash my computer, and then we can start again. Hello, Crow. I haven't seen you, son. Have I already said hello to you? Right, bosh. No income tax and VAT. Well, I should be all right. Yeah, give that like button a little bash, and that'll help get people here. Hello, Matt. Nice to see you. Hello, Cole. Good to see you, son. Right, have a look at this. It's quite interesting. Now, I'm not on the ground in Canada. I cannot back it up, but I can certainly play it to you because it's interesting. Let me know if you've got audio, because if you haven't, it'll be rubbish.
Guys, this is breaking news on the ground. This is huge. You have to share this with everybody. They're saying how they arrested over 70 people today in Ottawa. Well, I know people on the ground whose immediate family was one of those people that got arrested. And as I keep telling you, these arrests are illegal, unlawful. They can't charge you. They can't do anything with you. So you know what they're doing to these people? They're arresting them in front of everybody, handcuffing them, throwing them in a paddy wagon, driving them about 15, 20 minutes away, and then just releasing them in the middle of nowhere. Why? Because they can't charge a peaceful protester with a crime for standing in a public area. Thank you very much. Share this with everybody, and don't be afraid in Ottawa. Like everything else, this is all smoke and mirrors. Hold the line. Just say no. Let's stand together in united non-compliance. Stand strong, Ottawa.
I mean, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird because, as you're about to hear from the Salty Cracker, Trudeau has just brought out all these emergency war measures. It's just like, what? He's brought out war measures. These emergency measures come out during a time of war. Now, I'll just add to that from an article I read. I lost it and I didn't have time to dig it out before the show started. Let me shut a couple of windows, actually, because we don't need the extra bandwidth being yanked. Hello, Richie. Good to see you, mate. What did I read? Oh, yeah. Apparently, immigrants, minorities and protected groups, they're not included in those war measures. In those emergency arrest measures that Trudeau has come out with, that doesn't include immigrants, protected groups, or, you know, and basically anyone except for white Canadians. It's hilarious. Right, hello, Emma. Nice to see you. Hello, Brick on a String. Yeah, someone else mentioned that to me, actually. I can't confirm it, but it's all a little bit, you know, it's all a little bit sus, isn't it? Right, so check out Salty Cracker if it works, because he's got a really interesting angle on this. When I started seeing Ottawa breaking up a little bit, and then other videos saying it wasn't, and I was like, I don't know, this is weird. But this is what Salty Cracker's angle on things is. And I want to know what you think, because I don't know what to think. This is quite an interesting angle. I tend to agree with him. I'd like to know your thoughts. You should be all right with audio if it plays. It's a bit blurry, isn't it? But you'll still be able to hear him.
Boom!
It's ODYSEE, isn't it?
How do you guys say boom in Canada? Because blammo! The fight for freedom is on, friends. Thank you for being here on a Friday edition of the Restream, where we go over today's events, where you just saw an entire political future destroyed by one bitch-ass tyrant who got a daddy named Castro and a straight-up mom whore, boys. That's right. But no, we totally won. We kicked you guys out of the Ottawa. We were never going to stay in Ottawa forever. Ottawa's fucking negative 22 degrees. What the fuck? No, idiots. We forced you to show yourselves. That is a gigantic victory. What do you mean? Trudeau loves everybody. He loves the gays people. He loves the blacks people. He loves the gay blacks Ottawa people. No, he's a fucking tyrant. He's a fucking tyrant. And if you think that the political currency of Justin Trudeau has expanded today, you're a fucking idiot, and you have no idea the long-term ramifications of sending in the horse cavalry to run over peaceful protesters. You had the Ottawa Trudeau Tiananmen Square today. And as long as we don't let motherfuckers forget this, as long as we go out there and we blast this information into those normies, we got this, boys. We got this motherfucker dead to rights. And how do I know that we're going to get it done? Because they're already pissing them pants, boys. They arresting anybody with a cell phone in Ottawa right now.
Fuck!
If you ain't got motherfucking skinny jeans on and a rainbow dildo sticking out of your back pocket, you're under arrest. You're under arrest. Excuse me, I need your passport, vaccine passport, please. And what is your favorite flavor of kombucha enema? And do you got AIDS? Oh, you got AIDS? Okay, well, you're definitely on our side. You're fine. You can go on through. Shit, no, these motherfuckers are scared, boys. We detonated the COVID narrative. We detonated the election narrative. And we've detonated that Trudeau is a legitimate leader narrative. We coming for the whole thing. You motherfuckers overreached. And we taking this motherfucker back. From Jalisco to wherever the fuck is at the top of Canada, we cleaning up this place, boys. And then we'll go and we'll get the rest of Latin America. Don't worry, boys. Don't worry, Venezuela. We're coming for you too. We coming for the based Venezuelans. We coming for the based Brazilians. We coming for the based Argentinians. Don't worry. This freedom convoy ain't got no breaks, boys. No breaks. No breaks. Anyway, welcome to the restream again. Thank you for being here. Holy shit. All your wood chippers belong to us. Head down to your local Harbor Freight and see if you can pick up a pair. They're probably sold out because, weird. There's been a run on the banks and a run on the wood chippers, boys. Now, holy shit. It's fascinating. I have spent all day, again, thank you. God bless you, everyone, for affording me the availability to have a job where I sit there.
Right, so you get the idea. Just Raymond there quickly. Nice one, Raymond, for that lady. All the Western leaders watching Trudeau and licking their lips to see what he gets away with on the population. So if you don't watch Salty Cracker, especially the restreams, that's like 3.5 hours twice a week, and they're incredible. They're incredible. How he keeps up the energons for 3.5 hours, I don't know. So his angle basically is that it's exposed him. And I've got some clips of Trudeau coming. He's being screamed at in the Canadian Parliament. It's just, you know, he's brought in horseback police on horseback, whatever they call them in Canada, running through people, arresting people who are peacefully protesting. He's a tyrant. He's a dictator. No, it was only last year. It was only a little while ago when BLM were up to their thing. He was all about supporting peaceful protests, which I didn't see many peaceful protests from BLM. On the contrary, I saw a lot of rioting, a lot of violence. But Trudeau's just outright gone, fuck it, no, emergency measures, open this up, no, laws, war laws. And well, right, okay. So you are an absolute tyrant. This is what you do, is that you crush peaceful protest with violence and emergency wartime laws. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. This blackface Trudeau has. Have you seen that? There's a picture going around of him where he's dressed up in every national costume of every country he's been to, and he looks like a prime time dork in every single one of them. It's just like, fuck off. It's just ridiculous. He goes on holiday to India. He comes out with a fucking sari and a beanie on it. It's like, what are you doing? But he's an outright tyrant. That's what this has proven. And I think that's an interesting angle. That's actually a win. That's actually a win. Hello, Billy. Billy says the use of emergency powers was never ratified by Parliament. There you go. And I'm hearing this. I'm hearing that he might be looking at going to prison. Trudeau could be facing a massive class action lawsuit. He is a tyrant. Yeah. I said lawsuit. Sorry, I had the cracker on my mind. Exactly, Billy. So it's definitely interesting times. definitely interesting times. Mrs. Me in it said the wonderful BBC come out with the wonderful BBC come out with last night and this morning that the truckers are horrid people and aggressive. Not true. Mainstream media, kiss my ass. I'm not scared. The peasant revolt. Yeah, that hasn't cut it. They haven't got the footage. Trudeau in the Canadian Parliament yesterday said that the truckers stand with Nazis. He outright said it. His words. They stand with Nazis. What? That literal false flag where you got some Antifa to run up some steps and unfurl a Nazi flag when there was no truckers anywhere near him. Look, I told you, it's the Fourth Reich. I don't know, man. I think it's an alaka blammo. I think Salty's right. I think he's been totally exposed. Oh, William's not on the firm. William has a problem with the Ottawa truckers. They are protesting over false pretenses. I thought they just didn't want things mandated. Was that by things? Obviously, I'm being intentionally vague. That I got that from the cracker. That's not mine, Colt. In fairness, but yeah, it's a good one. Okay, well, give us more. Give us more, William. I'll be interested to hear more. That he did say it was his Tiananmen Square moment, Trudonium Square. I mean, it's fucking heavy going, you know. It's he does look a little bit like tiny haystacks. But when the thing is, this is like people come on here and saying I sound like Russell Brand. Salty Cracker does know he's got a mullet. He does know he's a weird looking bloke. He calls it all the time. So yeah, it's a funny thing, isn't it? That's all over the place. He's a tiny haystacks. I looked at Mr. Raymond. Thank you for that donation. I put your message up while the stream was on. Lindsay is back. Lindsay, have you been watching since the beginning when I was just blowing your handsome trumpet? I take it by now, young Lindsay, you've seen the emails I sent you. Oh, you have. You answered. He's coming on. He emailed me. Mads Bajurk has emailed me. He's coming on. Let's see what Lindsay's got to say. Hang on. The funny thing about the House of Scrubs is, where do these things come from? I never sat there and thought, I know what I'll do, because the Scrubs can't hear the hum anymore. I'll just go. Lindsay says this: "Hi, Chris and beloved Scrubs. I'm here lurking. Thank you for the kind words. Congratulations to Emrys. True story. Spiritualized Hammersmith Apollo 2007. Kate Radley sat one row behind me. Made eye contact with me for a good 10 seconds. 'Twas like an angel sigh for her." Kate Radley was Jason Pierce from Spiritualized's boyfriend, and then she was the keyboard player, and everyone else was like, "Oh, get your girlfriend in the band. It's a bit shit." And then she ran off with Jason Ashcroft from The Verve because he was more popular. But now, I mean, there's no competition. Spiritualized are so cool. Everyone knows they're cool, and he's kept himself in the background. Richard Ashcroft is just like an old man who made some money out of one good album in the 90s. Gutted. I bet old Kate Radley is well looking in the music media, seeing Jason Pierce being interviewed every fucking 2 months over the last few years and thinking, "Oh, I want some of that fame." But when she turned around and saw Lindsay, I bet she went, "You're like a younger Jason." I unfortunately, Lindsay, I only got the same with Juliet Laugh. And I was like, "Stop it, you're freaking me out, you weirdo." Thank you, Lindsay, for that kind donation and fantastic massage. But man, you're a looker. What the fuck? I thought, I can't put that on my thumb now. It's putting me in the shade. I hope you're all right, Lindsay. But how amazing we're going to have Mads on, huh? The actual Mads. You might have to help me out with some research there, should you wish to. Now I can. Oh, wait, go away, cracker. It sounds a bit dodgy when you say it like that. Right, I've got another. Right, what are people saying about that? Was that again? I thought that was years ago. Historical doppelganger. He elbowed some bird out the way in Parliament years ago. Has he done it again? Because I saw the video and I thought, that's not recent. That was like a couple of years ago. Is it a new one? Is that a new one? Brick on a String said both sides are at him, so he closed Parliament. Has he closed Parliament? So is that why, like what Billy said, that he hasn't had these war laws ratified? Oh, and here's something else he's done. Listen to this. This is the non-tyrant LGB lover of all people, Trudeau. Truckers who've been arrested have said, yeah, but hang on, I've got a dog at home. Oh, well, they're going to get put down. Yeah, that's come out. Well, I'm sorry, but, you should have thought of that before you peacefully protested. Now we're going to kill your pets. If you've got a pet in your truck, the old Bill ain't going to look after it. No. They're going to kill it. That's come out. Yeah, it's lovely. It's good. He's an absolute tyrant. I was about to say son of Trudeau. It actually sounds worse than son of Castro. I'd rather be Castro's son than Trudeau's at this state. My boy Tom says, hello, just got here. I've been on the roof on a Sunday and it's like, oh my days, you've been working roofs. Do you tether up when you work roofs? I've got mates who do, they're roofers. They make a fucking fortune as well. Check this out. This one bloke, nothing against him, but he didn't do too well at school at all. Done no work, wasn't into school. He earns about a monkey a day working roofs. He's got his own business, but that ain't bad at all, is it? $3,500 a week. Fucking hell. But all his people, well, I had a drink with them once. They when they finished work, they were in a boozer in Dartford. And they were talking about being up there in wind and that. And I said, yeah, but surely you get carabined up. And they all like, nah, you do for like the first day up there. But after, once you know what you're doing, it's just hassle. Because you have to keep, taking it off, putting it on the next bit, move along, take it off. And they said, you put it on because you have to, because otherwise the foreman won't let you up there. But once you're up there, no one tethers on. Do you tether on, Tom? Or just did you today? Jack London thinks he's losing his mind. Salty Cracker or Trudeau? He's never liked him though, has he? Jordan Peterson's never liked Trudeau, which is, who would? Oh, Billy nails it. Scratch the face of a socialist and you'll find a fascist tyrant underneath. Well, not a fascist, just a tyrant. I don't think you'll find anything as good as a fascist underneath a socialist. I mean, fascism. Fascism gets quite a bad rap. I mean, fascism. The symbol of fascism is a load of wheat a load of sticks tied together. As one, we're stronger. That's all right. I quite like the idea of a dictator. If you got a dictator that cared about the nation, I don't necessarily see what's wrong with that. It's democracy. Well, how's Western democracy going? I think a dictator who cared about the country would be quite a good thing. I don't know why, because a decent dictator would care about the place. I think they get a bad rap, dictators. I know Caligula kind of ruined it for everyone. I think it was Lumi might be able to help me with this. I think in Roman times, was it dictator? I think dictator was considered it wasn't a pejorative. That they liked to be called dictators. Like Caesar was proud of being a dictator. I think I got that right. I think it's dictator. It might be another word, but similar word, you know. Certainly not tyrant. That would be ridiculous. Those last two. What? So Lindsay says, a nice 10-bit. Thank you, Lindsay. Congratulations on securing the Mads Bajirk interview, by the way, and props on the life story interview on Chris's PT channel. 'Twas wonderful. Is that something you'd consider doing on your channel? Scrubs life stories. Any interest from the Scrubs with regard to this? Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, they have to be interesting. I wouldn't want someone on who hasn't done much. I wanted to get a few military people on, people who'd all been in the military. But yeah, I certainly would consider that. If anyone reckons they've got a story to tell in the House of Scrubs, and you can hold an hour conversation about your life, email me and we'll do it. And then Lindsay drops another one in. Farton C-second message just sent. I wasn't going to miss it. Big love for the Scrubs. Nice one, Lindsay. Machano Capriccia Tutu. Right. Yes, I heard that as well. They're freezing bank accounts. I mean, and this is all coming out. And I think this is why Salty Cracker thinks it's a win. Because this is surely illegal. You know, and they're freezing bank accounts based on information that came out illegally, that was hacked and then doxed. So he's a tyrant. This is Canada. Wow, what a turnout. Hello, Sezu. Nice to see you. See you later, small man. That's a shame. Ta-da. English housewife says he's demented. He seems to be losing the plot, doesn't he? I think he thought he was going to have an easier ride of things and actually govern a nation. Alan says he got brave and quit letting the media talk for him, showing his absolutely brilliant point. Alan says he got brave and quit letting the media talk for him, showing his true self now. Exactly what's happened, and I think again that's what Salty Cracker's saying. That's why this is a success. You know, no one was the truckers were never going to be doing a yellow vest. So we're going to stay here for 2 years. No, it's minus 20. You know, people aren't going to be able to feed you and keep you warm for very long. You are going to lose the public after a while when there's no trade going on. So you do it for a certain amount of time. So this is kind of the best time to end, when you're lovable. Hello, I love the gays and everyone. Is suddenly going, you're going to prison, kill them, kill the dogs. So it's a win. Amy in Connecticut says imaginary Nazis. I think there's been more imaginary Nazis in history than there have been real Nazis. Doug Stanhope used to do this bit. What is it? Oh, hang on. I've got to get it right because I always confuse the two. Hang on. Oh, yeah. He says there's that. Bollocks. I've got to. Let me see if I can find it. If I can find it, it'll be better. Say and search. Hang on. Maybe it isn't a clip. It might be midway through a bit. Hang on. It would be cool if we could find this clip. I've got it. I've only fucking got it, you bastards. And this is from No Refunds. If you don't know Doug Stanhope, this is when he peaked. No Refunds is him at his best. I've got to say, though, Beer Hall Pooch is... When I say this is him at his best, that doesn't mean the others are no good. Let me just check it's the right clip. Yeah, I've got it. Brilliant, lovely. Lindsay, nice one on the donations. Machacha Kipatucci. If Susan drops me out for showing this clip, I'll be back in 4 minutes. It's only a minute long though, but this nails it. This is on the back of Amy saying about imaginary Nazis, and I said I think there's been more imaginary Nazis in history than there have been real Nazis. check this out. It's excellent. He's Stanhope. This comedian is why I got into stand-up comedy, and it was watching this. This is a clip from an hour special. The hour special is called No Refunds, and if you want to laugh your bollocks off for an hour, go to YouTube, type in Doug Stanhope, No Refunds. It's comic genius, really is. Check this out.
I've heard so many comics doing bits about this new pope. Oh, isn't it scary? This new pope used to be a Nazi. And you go, not when you look at that track record side by side. The Nazis versus the Catholic Church. The Nazis only lasted a dozen years, and they got their ass handed to them in a high hat. Catholic Church has a far more prosperous and prestigious record of murder and torture and tyranny and oppression and nonsense, not to mention the kid fucking, and they're still around and more popular than ever. I'd be far more afraid to hear someone go, you know that new Nazi? He used to be a pope. Oh, shit. I'm fucking out of here.
Cracking stuff. Oh, now we're here. I really want to show you the bit he does about when he said he hates Jews. It's so good. But I think it's a bit long. Hang on. But we'll try a bit of it. This is really, really good. Again, it's from the same set, okay? It's from the same set. It's 9 minutes, but I think it's the first 2 minutes where the gold is. Let me just check. Right, it starts off. So I think we'll have a couple of minutes. If Susan yeets me, which she might, I'll be back in about 3 minutes. The screen goes black. It says copyright infringement, and then it starts again in 3 or 4 minutes. So don't go anywhere. Make yourself a cup of tea, wipe your ass or something. Lord knows why. I think I meant have a poo or something. Yeah, all right. Hi, it's nice to see you. So check this out. Absolutely hilarious.
I wrote this bunch of Jew-hating stuff. I didn't intend to. I was over in Scotland. Every year in August in Edinburgh, Scotland, they have the Fringe Festival. It's the biggest arts festival in the world. It's a whole month long, and I'm there in August, and some jackass writer for the London Times, he's writing a story about anti-Semitism at the Fringe, and they had found a review of mine from earlier in the festival, this anti-Semitic guy, and where I had been quoted out of context, like, just a string of blurbs. He says shocking things like blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And one of the things I had said that he quoted was, I hate the Jews, which sounds anti-Semitic. So all of a sudden, I get thrown into his little piece of literature, and I had said it, yeah, without question, but I
just have to stop it so that I might not get yeeted and add a little bit of a commentary to it. I don't think that works anymore, but it might give me a little bit of room for maneuver. Anyway, carries on. It gets really good. So I'll take it back a bit. Well, I don't need to. He had said that, right? Anyway, carry on.
had said it like in a happy, fun-loving, Jew-hating way. There's no animosity. It wasn't even a bit of mine. It was just some aside when I was rambling about fucking Mel Gibson was in the news at that time, and I'm rambling about him being called anti-Semitic, going, why is he getting so much press? He's an actor. Who gives a fuck what he thinks? I need press. I hate the Jews. Give me press. And ironically, bam, 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 banging on the door. It's a fucking funny story. If you know me, if you guys have known me for a while, I've been doing this 17 years, and I could fill 3 CDs worth of just the Christian bashing alone I've done over my career. I've done Mormon bashing and Muslim bashing. I'll do more Scientology bashing once I have a stronger legal team, but But it wasn't until this phone call that I realized I've never done any Jew bashing in my whole career. All the religion bashing I've done, I never fuck with the Jews. I'm like, what? How did they ever escape? And they do. In religion bashing, Jews never get fucked with because A, they don't have the aggressive recruiting policies that other religions do. They don't have billboards every 30 feet. Yeah, be a Jew or burn in hell. Jew God is watching you. They're not banging on your fucking door.
I've got, as much as I'd just rather let it play, if I don't interrupt occasionally, it's just showing something else. Someone in the chat said that Stanhope, yes, he does run a celebrity death pool. It's quite funny. People all bet on what celebrity is going to die next, and so, it's actually very funny. That's been going on years, hasn't it? But I do want to play a little bit more because it's very, very funny. But I am risking a yeet in here, so yeah, if it goes, I'll be here in 3 minutes.
With pamphlets, we want to talk to you about Judaism. So they don't get shit for that. They don't get shit because they have that Holocaust sympathy they can surf on for another 15 years till the last survivor dies or till History Channel goes out of business. But
ouch.
And the Jews, to their credit, they don't have the history of atrocities that other religions have. They don't, because they fucking lost all the time. Sorry. Right. But they don't, yeah. They're not like, the Muslims and Catholics. I've heard so many comics doing bits about this new Pope. Oh, isn't it scary, this new Pope?
Right. We just had that bit so we can pass by that.
So fuck the Jews. That's what I'm saying. I guess fuck the Jews. I'm sorry. I never said it over the course of my career, but fuck the Jews. Just for being a religion at all, you're as complicit as the rest in the retardation of human intellectual progress. Fuck you too. Fuck you. My brother's a Jew. My brother's a Jew, and I fucking fuck him too. I hate his guts for it. Not like I'm like hate level, but fuck, what do you think? He converted because the only humorless cunt in his life that would ever fuck him twice, he had to cave in and marry her. Because he's afraid to die alone, but he doesn't mind settling for less, and now they're together in a passionless swamp of a relationship. And they teach their kids that shit. See, the parents wouldn't have him if he wasn't converted to Judaism because they're raised.
Yeah, if you want to watch any more of that, I can't. I can't. This stream's already going to get taken down. It's called No Refunds, and it's an hour of just mind-blowingly good comedy. I've showed it on this channel before. If you want an introduction to Stanhope, there's a bit he does. It's called The Two-Headed Baby. It's 5 minutes, right? And in my opinion, it's the perfect 5-minute stand-up story. It's a story. Yeah, go if you like that. There's a few specials. There's No Refunds. There's Beer Hall Pooch. There's what's the other really classic one? His book, He Killed His Mother. He actually did kill his mother, overdosed her on morphine, and it because she wanted to die. She was an alcoholic. She'd had enough, so they arranged. Fuck! I've gone, have I? You'll have to let me know when I'm back. What? Right, I've tried to come back on my phone. Am I back? Am I back on another account? I'm back. Oh, so I can get rid of that one. Bye. You're going to get some mad feedback. Hang on. Hi. Well, it happened. You just can't do it, can you? I told you this the other day. There's no fair use. I mean, admittedly, I was just letting it run, but what? It wasn't even 2 minutes. It was 5.5. No, it wasn't. It was a couple of minutes. Come on, you bastards. Anyway, thanks for hanging around. It would appear I didn't get 4 minutes off, though. That sounds like a little slap on the wrists. Thank you, Raymond. Machano Kaprasha 22. Nice to be back. Anglo says, speaking of the 4B2s, have some shiggles. Good call, Jack. That's also good. Vad! Thank you, Raymond, for that Danashiati. Right, where am I? I just heard another Danashivatut. Where's that one? Thank you, Chris. Hey, for the super sticker. Hang on a minute. Right, the show's going to start in a minute, people. Thank you, Chrissy. Lovely. No, I don't think it was that, in fairness. It was you can't use other people's copywritten material. And people saying Stanhope would never do that. It's not Stanhope, is it? It's his production company, which is probably someone like BMG. He doesn't own that material. Weird, isn't it? What a turnout. When you sign up to someone and they give you money, your stories are owned by them. Yeah, fuck that. That won't be happening with me. Mine will be I'll be retaining my copyright all the way till I die, and then I'll give it to someone and say, now I'm dead, you might be able to make some money out of that because I didn't make any when I was alive. Right, 1 second. Uno secondo sano. Right, the show's going to start very shortly. Another little one in from Lindsay. Lindsay says, off topic. Well, on topic for you, though. Spiritualized Apollo 2007. Were you there? Yes. Was that your 2D black and white night? Yes. Could you also take a moment to think about, then describe the spiritualized live experience to the Scrubs? Well, 2007. Yeah, that was it. But I don't think it was it called the Carling Apollo? Let me see. Spiritualized 2007 Carling Apollo. Yeah, that was the black and white one. Yeah, well done. For people who don't know what the hell, Lindsay, thanks for that donation. For people who don't know what I'm talking about, I went to see Spiritualized with a load of mates. The night started bad when a cab pulled up and we opened the doors and the four of us got in. And as we got in, someone else, a different person, got in the front door. And we all realised we were in the wrong cab. So we just opened the other door and kept going. But we'd all had so many different narcotics. You know, we were jacking up all balls, which is like every drug you've got in the spoon, LSD blotters as your filter. And, you know, Spiritualized Live are known for the most amazing light shows and an incredibly crisp and well-produced live sound. And they will go into these wandering sort of 10-minute soundscapes. Amazing. You know, I've seen them live, probably most at Glastonbury, actually, probably about 7 or 8 times at Glastonbury. But that was the one where I was sitting there just going, and it was black and white. I'd done so many drugs. I'd gone post psychedelia, and it was just black and white. And I remember thinking, that's incredible, incredible visual effects. They've made their live gig look like an old black and white movie. This band is something else. I mean, who else would pull that off? I remember turning around to my mate Wev to tell him or ask him, I think, but he was too busy filling a plastic pint jug with vomit. So I left him to it and got back to the black and white noise. I remember also when I went to see him at Glastonbury once, and it was amazing. And as I was there thinking, this is one of the best nights, you know, come on, I was only about 24, thinking this is one of the best nights of my life. This girl stomping, she was the opposite way to the way everyone was looking at the band. And as she got right next to me, and I was just going like that, she went, "Music for fucking druggies." I was like, oh, really? What, spiritualized? You saw something tonight that's changed music history. Yeah, it was that one. It was exactly that one, because I would have been living in Bethnal Green. Good call. Carling Apollo. I remember I didn't like that either. Carling Apollo. Who drinks Carling? 2 pints of Carling and a packet of crisps, please. I said 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. I said 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, please. Shane says, my friend smoked Alaskan Thunderfuck back in the day and claimed he saw in black and white. There you go. It is smack rock, without a doubt. I mean, if you know the clues, every single song is a smack rock anthem. But, you know, that's all right. That's all right. But John says, but music for drugs. Music for druggies is the best music. Anglo-Saxon says spiritualist. You nearly got LSD at the end. Never heard of them. Yeah, they're quite weird like that. They're sort of very successful and unheard of. That's sort of why I like them. I get a bit disappointed when I find out other people like them, because I think only I know them. Thank you, Anglo. Maybe check some out. If you are going to check some out, point of entry, songs in A&E. That would be my suggestion. Nice one, Anglo. Thanks for that. Johnster Small, £3 super sticker. Hoit to that, Johnster. Nora's Mad Lizzie. Nora's John Palmer. How interesting. One in the chat if you've heard of Spiritualized. And by heard of, I mean listen to their music. You don't need to put a 2 in. The show's going to start in a minute. Look, we're doing all right. Hour and 28 minutes. I might have a wee break in a minute. Oh, it's fantastic album, Emma. Absolutely fantastic. I knew Fat would. All right, Rags, I'm on it. Oh, there you go. Plenty of people. Look at that. Alan sat back and been floating in space. Good work. Jack London loves them. Well, that's good. I'm a little bit upset. Okay, that's good. Well, that's good then, because at least because I do talk about them quite a lot. I do know that. I don't want to. At least some people does know something about it. Rags, what am I looking at, mate? What am I looking at? Britain's finest bellends. What, the geezer with? Okay, Rags. Good call. Right. You might have a problem with the audio, but we'll give it a go. Hello, Anglo gang. New in these parts? Right. So Rags just sent me this. It's actually quite funny. I don't know whether you'll get audio, but you should do. It's only short. Dennis says, I thought Spaceman 3 were rubbish though. No. See, Spiritualized are the commercial variety, but Spaceman 3 became a legendary mythologized band. They only really released 2 studio albums, didn't they? Recurring and Playing with Fire. And then it's just a few demos that sound like they were recorded on your mum's cassette player in 1984. Nah, Spaceman 3 are awesome. But it takes... anyone can get into Spiritualized, but Spaceman 3 is smackheads music. That's be right. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit of the Crystal Bucket in some of those albums. Maybe I'll ask Mads. Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But since I'm gonna drop out this stream anyway, have you heard the original? We'll have a little listen to the original. Only a little bit, because Susan and her friends are right on me that the original, My Boy Tom, is by Red Crayola. And if you think the Spaceman 3 version is, dare I say, trippy, you wait till it is. The mix is incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm farting for a fiver. Yeah. Varting, please. Can we at least change it to varting? Varten tay. Do smackheads even listen to music? Yeah, only only Spiritualized. Hello, Jambo. Sunday £3 for Danger. Last few streams have been mint. I'll take that, son. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Vincent, did I actually thank you for that one? Nice one. Nice one altogether. Lindsay, I'm not going to be able to get the show started at this rate. Let me just play a bit of that and I'll get back to that. The best night of my life. Good Lord. I know what it is. I've already written about it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Red Crayola and Transparent Radiation. You're going to get 10 seconds of it. But it's incredible. Spaceman 3 done a cover of this. Check it. Fucking hell. Poof. If you've never heard of Red Crayola, they're worth checking out. No, I didn't like funk. I don't really like funk. The funk I like is like Weather Report, that kind of end of it. I don't really like I quite like Headhunters, Herbie Hancock and that, but Parliament, Funkadelic, all that side of it, not really my scene. It's like pantomime. I like a bit of Bootsy Collins though, a little bit. Yeah. Ozmeister hasn't heard that band since 20 years ago. What, Red Crayola or Spiritualized? I don't know who we're talking about now. Right, the show is going to start, people. Let me have a little wee-wee. It'll probably be quite a big wee-wee, the water I've been putting back over the last couple of days. I have had a wee since yesterday, though. Right, hang on. I'm going to drive there if you're all right with that. Talk amongst yourselves, people. Hi. All right. Did anyone else have a wee? Oh, gone back 20 years. Yeah, they're still going. He's like 56. It's weird. The latest album's like a rock and roll album. All right. Mrs. Me in it says, trying to peel my spuds, but now I want a wee. Thanks for the heads up. Not a problem. Mrs. Me in it, always there when required. Lindsay, nice one for the free bit. Says, Chris, what was the best night of your life? For 10 of the greatest nights of my life, spiritualized have been in the same room. P.S. Props on the Spaceman free tattoo. So cool. See previous messages. I haven't missed any of your messages, have I? Oh, yes, I have. Sorry, Lindsay. Another one from Lindsay said, sorry, I've missed loads. Hang on a minute. Hang on. If you're donating, you get a bit of airtime because that's not right otherwise. Sorry about that. They were coming in too fast. Right, the show's going to start any minute now, people. I'll just wrap up a couple of Donatiatis. Hi. Right, where are we with the chat? Did anyone else have a good wee? Was it a synchronized wee? All right, I'll have a look at that one, Rags. I'm on that. I've got everyone coming at me telling me how to run a show. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm losing control. Right, here we go. Oh, look, Anglo, you've got a double bubble there. Lindsay said, best night of my life, 8th of May, 92, Norwich UEA, spiritualized, laser-guided melodies tour, supported by the Verve. That's probably when she fucking run off with Ashcroft. Oh, I bet he regretted that. They should have been supporting him as well. Nay, the other way around. Lindsay says, wow, I've been in the same room as you and Jason Spaceman and Kate Radley and Finley Quay. Yes, he was there too at the same time. Fucking incredible. And Black and White. Finley Quay released a single called Spiritualized, didn't he? I remember in the early days of Napster trying to get spiritualized. And every time I typed in spiritualized, it was fucking Finley Quay. I can tell you the best night of my life. Well, I think it's difficult to have a best night of your life because of the week I've just had, because of the emotional side of things, I'd be looking at, my ex-girlfriend's birthday when we were on the highest building on the roof, dancing cheek to cheek. Nobody else. We weren't dancing to Chris de Burgh, but that was beautiful. Her family were there, and that was lovely. But the threesome on Sulphate comes to mind. The threesome on Sulphate with my first girlfriend and Gail was fucking awesome, man. that hangs around. That Spaceman 3 tattoo. I was withdrawing in Thailand, and I just needed to do something to hurt myself. So I just went, yeah, do that. It was a bit weird being like 40 and having a band tattooed on your arm. But I quite like it though. I think I mentioned it on this stream. I was in a tuk-tuk in Phnom Penh, and there was a bloke with a briefcase, white shirt, red tie, pair of navy blue stay pressed trousers. And as the tuk-tuk sort of pulled up, because there was like a stop in traffic, this bloke who looked like man at CNA, he went, yeah, man, Spaceman 3. I went, yeah. The funny thing about it is, though, my ex-girlfriend had the same tattoo done on her wrist. And I'd already split up with her. She was trying to get back with me. And she went, look what I've done. I was like, oh. I went, you don't even like the fucking band. She went, I like Spiritualized. I went, yeah, that ain't Spiritualized. She's having it laser removed last time I talked to her. She said, nah, I'll always like it because every time I look at it, I'll think of you. And I said, yeah, which makes sense now. But in 1 year's time, when you're with another bloke and he's like, what's that? And you go, some band my ex-boyfriend used to play when he was gouching. Osmeister, thanks for the 5-bit. Radley and Ashcroft live near me in Gloucestershire. Is she from Cheltenham? I don't know. Lindsay's the one for the biographies, but I don't know. I don't know where she's from. It's not mine. I just listen to the music and talk to the engineer. So yeah, why don't you go around there blasting Spiritualized out of the back of your motor? Nice one, Osmeister. What? What's going on here then? I need some. Lindsay says, Mads, check out the Peter Brosnan octet Machine Gun. Mads is a huge fan of free jazz. You're going to have so much fun with him, Chris. Jazz a go-go. Apologies for derailing the stream. You haven't derailed it. It's going to start right now. Thanks for that donation. No, I'll have a real laugh. But Lindsay, I'll talk to you with email because I'm going to need a little bit of background so that I don't go in blind. I think you already mentioned that anyway. So nice one. Nah, people. When people actually derail the stream, I tell them. Do you remember? Oh, people, what was it? We had it. It was Weirdos Unite, wasn't it? They used to derail the stream. No, fuck it, I've paid. I get to say what I want. No, you don't. That's right, Tom. They certainly are from rugby. Emma G says you've been asked to stream, Lindsay. Look at that. Right, here we go. I've got some class stuff for you. I'm going to show you. I've got another one on the old OBS first. It's very short, but it's going to tickle you. Oh, hang on. What's that one as well? Hey. Oh, no, that's absolutely nothing. I've got this for you. It's very short. 1 second. And then we're going to get into some guttage. We're going to get into some guttage. All right, Sunnage? I think Sunnage is short for Sunny Jim, isn't it? All right, Sunnage. Keeping me going anyway. Nearly 2 hours, people. We're getting there. Check this out. It's Vladimir and I nearly said Jim Bowen then. Joe Biden. Check it. Hang on. Let's make sure we've got audio. Jim Davidson and you know who it is. Go. I'll show it to you again. Here we go. That's all right. Osmeister's going to play Lucky Man on his guitar to piss you off. I like that first Furtive album, but they didn't do much else, did they? It's a bit, it's all a bit, you know, it's like every song's got the same formula, and that's all right if you want the same formula. The brown note. Emma said it too. I've never heard of the brown note before. Right, this is quite a weird one from Memology. Check it. I always leave his ident up, people, deliberately so that you know who it is, because it's a cracking channel. Check it out. Right, I'm just pausing that. Right, so this was literally a couple of days ago. Canada condemns Cuba's harsh sentencing following the 2021 protests. Canada strongly advocates for freedom of expression and the right to peaceful assembly free from intimidation. We stand with the people of Cuba in their aspiration for democracy. That was posted 3 days ago by the official Canadian Foreign Policy Twitter account, right? Same day. There you go. Mentioned that earlier. Yeah, that's nice. I can't verify that, but Memeology usually does. He's usually quite on it with these things. Same day.
So you're confirming that accounts have been frozen, both personal and corporate, but you're not releasing the information. And the actual follow-up is, I'm just wondering whether the bank accounts will be targeted of individuals who donated to the Give, Send, Go and the GoFundMe campaigns. Are they considered designated people under the Emergencies Act, meaning that their credit cards could be cut and financial services are targeting them as well?
Okay, so the names of both individuals and entities, as well as crypto wallets, have been shared by the RCMP with financial institutions, and accounts have been frozen, and more accounts will be frozen.
Bruh. Oh, fuck you! Fuck the lot of you! Fuck you all!
Fucking amazing, isn't it? Absolutely mind-blowing. And again, you know, what? It's yeah, no. Likewise, it's just it really fries my balls. You know, they put that up about Cuba, just freezing bank accounts. And where did you get that information from? Oh, it was hacked. I thought, is that legal? Is it legal to do that? It's legal to hack information. Is it legal? You're allowed to hack private information and then receive that information and then, okay, sounds yeah. I really don't know what to say about it. Well, this is interesting. I'm not going to say too much about it, but just take yourselves back, people. Take yourselves back about a year. No, take yourself back 6 months to the bubonic plague. You know, you know what you need to do. You got a choice. You won't be able to do anything if you take that choice, but you still got a choice. Everyone's going to die, right? Remember all that? I mean, it seems like a dream now, doesn't it? Especially when you see something like this from today's Daily Mail. The Queen as Coof. Monarch 95 has mild cold-like symptoms, but continues light duties at Windsor Castle just days after the other two got it. Are they talking about the same thing? I thought we had to fucking close everything. I thought everyone had to fucking. I thought the whole world was mandating itself into prison. I thought they were setting up camps for this thing, but it would appear like it's just mild cold-like symptoms. Weird old hello, Mr. MF. Weird little turnaround, isn't it? Peculiar. No, I don't know. Sorry, I just thought other things were going on. Since there's 160 people here, if you like reading or you want to read some stories from my life, link in the description, Substack. I've got a Substack. I've had it for about 9 months now, I think. It's going really well. Thousands of people have read my stories. It's totally free. If you sign up, any new ones I write, which is about 1 a month, will be sent straight to your email. Go on. I haven't done. What does that even mean? I remember kids at school used to go, and I'm just doing it now. I don't think you're meant to do it to encourage people. Go on, get on that Substack. Get on that Substack. Jack, There you go. I knew it would be that. Lindsay says, I'll make a list of approximately 30 questions for Mads. Ask Mads about the Peter Brotzman octet, machine gun influence. No, I will play 10 seconds. I'm going to stick to spiritualized because otherwise it'll go. It isn't going to be a stream about. Nice one on the donation, Lindsay. It's not going to be a stream about Mads. It's going to be a stream about that splicing. I might go into that stuff later, but otherwise it's just, my interest is spiritualized, really. So maybe towards the end of the interview, I'll open it up a little bit. But Lindsay wants me to play a little bit of this, which is a bit dodged because they're watching me. But here we go. I do like the sound of it, though. I'll give you that. I do like the sound of it. Here are. Mads produced this, apparently, or engineered it. It's called the Peter Brotzman octet, machine gun. It did sound awesome, I have to say. I will be checking this out later. Here we go. You're going to get 10 seconds. Sounds right up my Strasser. Vata! Slow dive are better than spiritualized. I don't want to fall out with you, Ozmeister. I don't want to fall out with you. Let's keep this friendly. Let's keep this sensible. Let's keep it realistic. Let's keep it realistic. I've never had a slow dive, so I couldn't even say. But Steve Cray is thanking you for the donation. I hope you're not a slow dive fan. I don't want to fall out of you, Mr. Cray. No way. Thank you, Rags. Some likes would be nice. Thank you, Ozmeister. I'll check out Slow Dive. Right, now, after we just checked out that, and after I said to you, nice one, Capricci Takako on that 5-bit, and thank you, Lindsay, for that other 3-bit. Remember the plague and all that? I'm about to show you something. This interview was what you're about to see. Was made about 3 days ago. Remember the bubonic plague? You know what I'm talking about, of course. After the Queen has got mild flu-like symptoms, this all seems ridiculous now, doesn't it? You wait till you see what comes up on the screen. What? Who? What? What's that for? Can't imagine what that's for. Let's find out.
A $200 million quarantine facility, 2 years.
Hang on a minute. Did you say $200 million? Check it.
A $200 million quarantine facility 2 years into a worldwide pandemic, but the state government insists it's not a white elephant.
Empty.
It would have been great in 2020, but here we are.
Let's just hear that again. Let's just... It would have been great in 2020. Are you fucking me off? That doesn't count. That's not a comment. You can't say that.
It's not a white elephant.
It would have been great in 2020, but here we are now. This will be a resource that we will always look back on and say, what a great investment.
The site will have the...
That's amazing. That's amazing. It would have been good had we sorted it out 2 years ago when the blag was high. But it is something we can always look back on and say, what a great investment. It's fucking empty. What the fuck is it for? You know what, Albert? That mouse cat asked if he's got a pool. I think you're right. I think they'll probably build some swimming pools, put some plants in, and try it, and maybe make it like some kind of theme park. Because you know what? If I was like a proper entrepreneur and had hundreds of millions, I'd try and buy that off them. I'd go, look, you've put 200 mil into that. I'll take it off you for 40 mil, and then build, like, maybe make some kind of resort out of it. Because that ain't never getting used. That's never getting used. Hello, mate. Skinscar. Future FEMA camps. It's weird, isn't it? I can't believe she said we'll always look back on that and say that was a good investment. Oh, yeah, because these things have been, we've always need. I mean, when was the last time these things got used in any real sense? China at the moment with the Muslims, and I think in the Second World War, wasn't it? Geopolitical Park. It's a great idea, though. Come and experience what it would have been like if it was really what we said. You get fake injections, well, more ones, more Kooflins. Got there. Absolutely nailed it. Kooflins. Come along, wear face masks, get injections, there's social distancing. That's what it will be. In about 50 years, this will be like how we used to live. Experience what life was like in 2021. There'll be a little bit for police brutality. When you're sleeping in your chalet at night, the police turn up. Oh, have you heard about any marches or any protests? Well, I'm just trying to go to sleep. Yeah, but have you heard about any? Eh? What? It's a true Australia 2021 experience. Fucking hell. Amazing. I'm going to play that bit again because it's wonderful. Check it.
It would have been great in 2020, but here we are now, and this will be a resource that we will always look back on and say, what a great investment.
The site...
No, it's a resource you're always going to look back on and say it was 2 years late.
Will have the capacity to host up to 1,000 people from April, but when opening on Monday, just 10 unvaccinated travellers are expected to arrive.
10. Can you imagine being those 10? I bet they're going to get the holiday of their life. They've probably got the ratio of staff to Coofords is going to be about 100 to 1. Can I cut your toenails? Do you need your heels ground down? Head massage? Hello, Quadrix, you lovely bastard. Nice to see you. That's right, Chrissy, the top right, the vaccinator. It's a huge syringe that opens up and you all get in and it... Zombie rides. It's amazing. It's fucking madness. Yep, we'll always look back on this and say, we fucked that up. Exactly that, Pags. There you go. It's just the day to day, isn't it? There's still a little bit more. Here we go. Let's finish it off. No, let's have it again because it's brilliant. I'll play it all.
It would have been great in 2020, but here we are now, and this will be a resource that we will always look back on and say, what a great investment.
The site will have the capacity to host up to 1,000 people from April, but when opening on Monday, just 10 unvaccinated travellers are expected to arrive.
The way it's built, though, is that you can scale up and scale down.
Yeah. What? What, like with anything? And that you can say that about anything. The way it's built, though, you can scale up or scale down. Yeah, you can do that at my mum's house. You can make it smaller or bigger at any time. And I think you're probably going to scale that down, aren't you? To nothing. To nothing. It's just going to get smashed up. £200 million of taxpayers' money. Imagine being there, proper creepy. Starting to sound like The Shining or something, isn't it? Those 10 people in there with all that space and all those empty rooms. Start going for a little, I'm just going to have a little look around at night, get that little bit of skunk you sneaked into Australia out of your bag. Have a little doobie, and then there'll be all these empty rooms with corridors and things, like with all sort of like alcohol wipes everywhere. And then you get around the corner and someone goes, I don't know what to say about it. I don't know what to say about that. She's already said it. Here's Ireland. Now look, with any technology brings things, brings things to us. It gives us things. It it relieves us of some of the struggle for resources. That's essentially what technology is for. Although it does tend to progress the most during times of war, which kind of actually makes my point for me. But rarely do people ask what's sacrificed with technology. You know, what sacrifices are we making? You know, the difference I saw these things make in the Thai massage in Thailand, basically. First time I went to Thailand, no one had any. You go into a massage shop, you go into a bar, you sit at the guest house, everyone was talking. Everyone. I loved it. I thought this is amazing. And then over the years, I saw the old smartphones appear, me included. I'm not on high going, oh, what's happened here? But when I was on holiday, I told work I'm on holiday, switch that off. I didn't want to hear about that. You know, I wanted to be on holiday. But then you'd go into massage shops and no one say a word to you. All the girls that aren't working are just on their phones. And like they've got 2 or 3 each. I think Thailand has got more phones per person than any other country. So I think it's a real problem with technology that because there's money in it, no one wants any bad news about it. No one wants to look into what's sacrificed. You know, you can do it like this now. You can do this like this. Yeah, but aren't we losing out on this? Yeah, but fuck off, because there's not a lot of money in that. You know, they want to keep dividing us. The more they can divide us until we get down to that last indivisible unit of the individual. You know, they're making it. We're social creatures who are being more and more separated, more atomized. It's terrifying. And so this is from Ireland, and I know because I have got a pretty good understanding of a sense of what most people here think about things. I reckon that most of you are going to watch this with a real sense of sadness, not just because what's in the video, but because of how much it reminds you of many other things that have come in like this, that have changed our lives probably irreversibly. So have a look at this. This is Ireland.
No checkouts, no cashiers, no lines, but dozens of state-of-the-art cameras in the ceiling that use vision technology to monitor every item selected by customers. This shop in Clonskee in Dublin is Ireland's first fully frictionless store. The process begins by customers downloading.
Yeah, I just want to take that back a bit. I mean, that is a peculiar angle to take. First, totally frictionless. And that's how they sell you this kind of technology, by pretending they're taking away something that you don't want. Oh, all that friction was fucking nightmares. It was a nightmare having to talk to people. I mean, last time I went shopping, there was a fucking woman at the till. I mean, can you imagine? You have to sit there, talk to her, ask how she is. I mean, it was weird. Years ago, you'd know them all. You'd know them because the shops were small, and you'd have to talk to them, and they'd say, how's your mum, Chris? And you'll be like, yeah, she's all right. How's your old man? Yeah, he's getting on all right. What are you up to? Yeah, how's your son getting on? You know, talking, knowing them. It strengthened the community. All these things. No one wants all that shit. You just want to be a unit. You know, you want to be part of the machine. You want to become like a 1 or a 0, really. You're just moving around the machine of life, consuming, producing, having a shit and dying. That's what you want. And thank God that we've got frictionless supermarkets.
First fully frictionless store. The process begins by customers downloading an app tied to their credit or debit card.
They will come into the store, they can put their phones away in their pockets, they can shop around, and then anything they take will go into a virtual basket. They can leave the store and they'll have a receipt then literally within a matter of minutes.
For those who might have privacy concerns about being watched by so many cameras while they shop, the developers of this technology insist that there's no facial recognition involved here, so the shopper remains anonymous.
Good call, Carl. Not once in that whole report do they tell you why they're doing it? They don't tell you what. They don't tell you why. That's a news report. That's RTE. Well, why? They didn't tell you. There's just this idea that technology is good. This is the what would you call it? This is kind of like the paradox of technology. No, sorry, the paradox of progress. They didn't tell you why you'd want any of that. What's a serious question to all of you? What do we get out of that? And I mean that. This isn't. It's not a rhetorical question. What do we get out of that? What's the gain? Seriously, even if you do, I don't know. I don't know what the gain is. Because when I go out, like when I'm here in Cambodia, when I go out, I want to engage with people. That's why I go out. If I want to be on my own, I stay on my own. I just don't understand it. Nish can understand. Lindsay says, free jazz. Thank you for indulging me, Chris. I humbly apologise for derailing this stream. You haven't derailed it. Once it gets too many, I'll stop putting them on the screen. You might have noticed. Thank you for being so kind and suffering my nonsense today, Chris and the Scrubs. Stay spiritualised all. Come on, Lindsay, you're sound. No dramas at all. Come on, Lindsay, Jesus. Lovely to have you here. And thank you for many donations. You gave me about 250 bonds yesterday. You ain't derailing anything. We'll talk later anyway. We'll get on about that Mads thing. Maybe you could interview me with him. I'll just take a back seat. Jays is on the phone. He's on the phone. If you see anyone else over there in Twitch, tell them to follow me, Jays. I need some more Twitch followers. Raymond, I feel as long as Scrubs exist, the universe is holding up. Fucking hoit to that, my friend. Let's hope this Cambodian nig doesn't stop that. I don't think it will. I think I'll be able to stream on YouTube. I mean, they say, I've got friends who stream from China. So, I don't know. Thank you, Raymond. Nice one. You've been very generous today. Shane says they've got that in Georgia in the USA. Harry Palmer. Raymond, thanks for that, Lady Godiva, mate. I don't like that sterile environment. No, it's not. It's a loss, isn't it? There you go. Steal phone, go shopping. Cold, empty world. Yeah. They just don't want you communicating with other humans. That's it. You've been on fire, John, tonight. That friction has been holding me back for ages. Smash and grab thieves are going to love that. Well, hackers. I know hackers who can do all sorts of things. When they go into hotels, they can fuck around with everything. As if they're not going to be able to go in, walk in there and walk out. Come on, this is basic. I actually got responded to on YouTube by Kingpin. Now, anyone who knows they're hackers will know Kingpin. He responded to one of my questions on one of his videos. I might see if I can get him on for an interview. If I can get Kingpin on for an interview, check this out. This is the video that I watched, right? This is the video that I watched. I don't know if you know about the Trezor. Trezor is like a digital Bitcoin wallet. It's much like this, but with I think it's got like a little USB port this end of it. So you plug it into your computer, you download your Bitcoin onto it or whatever crypto, and that's your Trezor wallet. Yeah. You need to know the password though. I think it's only like 5-6 numbers. And this bloke forgot, and he had like $2.5 million of Bitcoin on it. So this geezer Kingpin, and Kingpin was interviewed by the American Congress years ago because he was like one of the top hackers in the world, Kingpin. And I think it's Kingpin. I might have got that wrong. Something like that. Might be Penguin. No, it's Kingpin. And this bloke who forgot his Trezor password, he contacted Kingpin and said, if you can hack this Trezor, I'll give you 10%, which is what, 250,000. So he sent it over to him, went down there, and the video's on YouTube, and it's fucking amazing what he does. Amazing. like opens it up. He has to do all these weird shit, and you know, and also don't forget, while he has to open it up. You can't. It's not like the fucking Matrix where he's going, not the numbers on the screen. It's fucking delicate stuff. If he fucks it up, that's 2.5 mil gone. So that's quite a lot of pressure. And spoiler alert, he actually does it. He actually manages to get in and recover this bloke's 2.5 million. Yeah. And I left him a little comment and he replied to me. So my next comment will be, do you want to come on my channel and talk about hacking? I'd love to have been a hacker. I am so not that way inclined. I'm not mathematics at all. I'm a very skilled lockpicker. And there is a crossover in the hacking and lockpicking world. At HackCons, they have lockpicking villages and vice versa, viva voce, vice versa. But I'd love to be able to do that sort of stuff. Like I've got a mate, and he can get into like CCTV systems and all that, and all the scam baiters who do that stuff, like where they turn the webcam on of the bloke who's trying to scam them. So jealous. There's no point. That kingpin said he does lessons, and I was like, yeah. Nah, as soon as you say once Z algorithm B minus and no, I'll be going, I don't know what you mean, mate. But I do look at them with absolute. I think I made a video once on his channel, didn't I? I'd love to be a hacker. I'd absolutely love to. But that frictionless shop, I just don't get it. It's just no. Dennis says they'll all be looted soon anyway. Alan keeps it simple. Shit. It's a weird old thing, isn't it? Convenience, but yeah, but at what cost? I know you're just suggesting that. You're not sort of saying it's convenience, Dangerfield, but well, Emma's point makes it. Yeah, I don't. You know, when like I say, when I go out, I want to engage with people. I live alone. I want to engage. I don't want to go into a supermarket and not talk to anyone. I love talking to people in the supermarket. I always do. I always do, like a real weirdo. Super duper, those rammed with skirts. So I'm always chatting. I am now. When I was wrapped up in a relationship, I had to get blinkers on. But these days. Yes, Paddy, I think that, yeah. And I think most of the technology of the last 30, 40 years, probably since the end of the Second World War, has been really inhuman. We get nothing. They don't need staff on the tills. Yeah. Yeah. It's worse than that. We don't only get nothing, we lose. We lose out. You know, in my lifetime, I've gone from knowing the owners of all the local butcher, Adrian Moore's dad, the baker, Moore's. You know, I knew all the greengrocers. That was Tony Newton's place. Tony Newton's dad owned the greengrocers. Moore's, Mrs. Moore owned Moore's, obviously. Adrian Moore, different family, the butchers. Sharon Kemp worked in the, you knew all the people where you bought stuff from. This is pre-supermarket. We had the co-op round the corner, but everyone knew them, and you had your Green Shield stamps, and you knew everyone who worked there, and they knew about your life because you had a fucking community. And I've seen it just slowly go. Now they're not even going to let you have the illusion of it with fucking Sainsbury's. At least there was a little bit of accidentally bumping into some salt and going, sorry, love, do you want to go out for a drink? No, it's just, we lose. They just, no, fuck your communities. You ain't having them. Oh, you get convenience. Yeah, but I've had convenience food and it's the same fucking loss. I think so, James. I think that's going to be a sea of ones. Yeah, but we need more contact. Yeah. Yeah. I just, I don't want convenience. There's too much convenience. I've said this so many times, but it does bear repeating. When I was at school and they showed us they told us about computers, and they said, you know, a computer will help people do things so that people can do them quicker. People who've got jobs like accountants or whatever, and they also showed us the what is it, point of sale terminals. Point of sale is all about the POS and, you know, barcodes. You won't have to check your stock because the barcodes will do it all. And the idea was that you won't have to work as hard. You won't have to work as long a day because computers will do it all for you. And even then I thought, I remember I was like about 15. I was thinking, they're not going to let you go home earlier though, are they? Because my old man was always moaning about work. And I remember thinking, they're not going to let you go home earlier. That's not what's going on here. Now, I didn't have the synthesis. I had the hypothesis. I thought there's something wrong here. This isn't this. You know, I was too young to synthesize my thoughts and come to a conclusion. But of course, I did it eventually. Everyone's just hyper efficient now. You know, computers have made humans more efficient, which means more stress, means more jobs, more work, more to do. I said it the other week. If you're an accountant in the old days, you might be able to deal with one business over like 3 or 4 days doing their annual tax returns. So you've only got the stress of one business over 4 days. Because computers and things and all the platforms and software and all that, no, you can do about 20 businesses over 4 days. But now you've got the stress of 20 businesses to deal with. You becoming more efficient means you take on more mental, psychological damage. It's just not right. We shouldn't be more efficient at work. We shouldn't be. It's not good for us. Rags, you keep putting that one up, but isn't it just a page? What am I looking for there? Let me have a look. Let me have a little look. That supermarket is just so unbelievably sad. Have I missed any donations? Because I was ranting for a bit there. Yes, I have. Hello, Mrs. Me in it. Thank you for that, darling. It is so lovely. I feel lucky that I get to listen to you and chat with the lovely scrubs. We need freedom to chat like life used to be. It's lovely here. It's lovely here. I love it. I love it. It's a privilege to be able to stream to you people. Thank you very much, Mrs. Me in it. Quadrex has a good hacker friend. Yeah, I'm well, Gel. Mick's seen that video. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Good video, isn't it, Mick? Well, maybe you didn't like it, but maybe you wouldn't have watched all of it if you didn't like it. So, yeah. People are putting there, hello, Mr. I thought that was Colonel Custard for a minute. Have you changed your name? Well, I said hello to you, Harry. Hello, Crusher Grape. I don't think I said hello to you either. There's more people turning up. Right. Oh, hello, Mark Carmichael. Thanks for another great stream, Chris. Really made my day a bit brighter. No, that's the idea. Thank you. Mine too. Nice one, Mark. Are you doing the off now, or are you just letting me know? That's very kind of you. DDJ, hello, mate. He had a good night in the Bard VC last night. Quadrex is full of friction. Carl thought that Hillary Clinton was the #1 hacker. Hello, Dad. It's good to see you. It's so sad. So sad. Yeah, look at all those ones. No one wants all that damn friction. Jessica. So, Chris, with regards to all the technology, what do you think will happen in the future? Will it reach a breaking point with efficiency, etc.? Oh, that's a good one. I think it's a war on nature. If you look at some, I have to be careful going into this area because people don't like it. But if you look at the boom in bespoke clothing and the boom in handmade shoes, you know, Northampton is the world's handmade shoe, the world capital of handmade shoes. And you've got a couple of very big companies, but you've also got a lot of smaller companies. And I think because technology and the sacrifices that it brings with it, I think people are slowly but surely realizing that it's a real cost to them. You know, it's costing them something. And people are starting to go back and they want things that are less mass produced. Yeah, I'll give you an interesting example. Good question, Jess, and thanks for that donation. When I had my first suit made, I was quite involved in the process, and the bloke that made the jacket, there were no buttonholes, right, when he was making it, because I lived in Soho and he was a Soho tailor. I was hanging around there every day. I wanted to see the process, you know, and it wasn't my first suit, actually. It was my second one, but I wasn't involved in the first one, so that's why I'm talking about this one. And he said, no, he said, that goes to the woman who makes buttonholes. I was like, no way. He went, yeah, it's a specialist job. He said, I ain't going to fucking sit there doing that. And so I went with him when he went up to this woman. And all she does is make buttonholes. So she gets her little bit of chalk, her tailor's chalk. She marks, well, the tailor has already marked where the buttons are, but she marks the length of the holes. And then she cuts them. And it's actually a cut out. It's not just a line, which was interesting. It's a very slight oval. I don't know if it always is. And then she hand sews the buttonholes. And you can tell they're hand sewn. I mean, they're near perfect, but they're not machine perfect. And I like that look because it's handmade. Now, I remember talking to a mate about it, my business partner. And he said to me, he said, it's funny actually, because in China, that isn't wanted. People don't want that handmade look. They want machine buttonholes. And a machine buttonhole square, it's like, and there's no desire for human fallibility. There's no desire for, you know, nature in anything at that time in China. Whereas in England, you know, I want that. So, you know, I want my suits to fucking fit and that. But I like the way that it's been cut by hand with scissors and sewn by hand and all that sort of stuff. You know, there's a floating horsehair canvas and tradition and handmade. And I think people are slowly moving back to that sort of thing, not just with clothes, but with the food they eat as well. You know, when you go to a restaurant, in the restaurants that are doing well in Soho aren't the likes of McDonald's. They've got a regular kind of turnover. But the restaurants are one-off restaurants. You know, people want they don't want their salmon farmed. They want their salmon pulled out the water. They don't want it farmed. And I think I think because it's a war with nature and it's and the nature of humans being social animals. I think we're already seeing a slow movement back to that. You know, even multiculturalism is showing us this. This is why supermarkets are having trouble in central London, because who's going to them? Who's going to them? Yeah, in central London, when I was in Bethnal Green, you'd have like the Polish supermarket, and then you'd have like the Middle Eastern supermarket, and then you'd have the Bangladesh supermarket. And they're not massive Sainsbury's. They're not huge they're not like supermarkets like we had in the 80s and 90s. Well, the 90s, really. You know, they're getting smaller. They're becoming more localized. And I think that's what people want. And I think you're really going for it if you're going to try and have a war with nature. Are there going to be casualties? There already are. We're already experiencing that. But I think if you ask most people what food they'd like to eat, what clothes they'd like to wear, you know, if I said to you, do you want a handmade table in your front room? Beautifully handmade, you know, one bloke cut the wood, sourced the wood, cut the wood, made all those beautiful dovetail joints, you know, stained it, varnished it. Or do you want a mass-produced one? I think most people would take the auteur. I think most people would take a carpenter that knocked up a table. And in the 80s, they wouldn't. In the 80s, they'd go, nah, man, give me that. Oh, look at these robots made it. Lovely. You know, if you look at high end motors like Lamborghini and all that, you know, the ones that cost the most are the ones there's only 10 of. And when they talk about the inside, they talk about the hand stitched leather seating, where the leather's from, what kind of leather it is, and how many humans have been involved. Top end motors aren't you know, like robot made. It's kind of interesting. So in answer to your question, we're you know, we're going through the Brave New World phase, aren't we? And it's a war, and we're in that, and that is literally a culture war. I tell you what, Jess, read that link I put in here the other day. Read The Culture Industry by Horkheimer and Adorno. It's hard going. I'm not pretending it's an easy text, but that will tell you all you need to know about where we are in terms of our culture industry and the failings of it and what the humans get out of that. Because it's what we sacrifice which causes us to want something else. And when you want something else, that's your resistance. And when that happens on a national or a local or a town, a city or a national kind of scale, something starts happening. But yes, Harry's right. But for the minute, we're up shit creek. Yeah, I agree with you. There you go. I didn't know that, but I totally understand it. Right, here we go. This is kind of interesting. I've moved it through. Where are we? 2.5 hours. Jesus Christ. I was going to go out tonight. It's nearly midnight. Hi. Got no life. Have a look at this. This is very interesting. I've moved it past all his chat, so it should start just at the good bit. But it's quite a cool channel. It's... oh, hang on a minute. Did I just see something? Right, okay. This is from Liberal Hive Mind. I've used a lot of his stuff on this channel. He does a little bit of... He gabbers for about a minute and a half, but then he gets down to it. So check this out. You should have audio. Let us know so that you're not just watching it in silence.
All right, folks, take a look at this headline right over here. Amazon drops Black Lives Matter from charity platform amid financial scrutiny. According to the Washington Examiner.
It's so lovely how this is all happening. We called it. Thank you, Steve. We called it. Let's just have that again. It gets better as well.
With that out of the way, let's roll the tape. All right, folks, take a look at this headline right over here. Amazon drops Black Lives Matter from charity platform amid financial scrutiny. According to the Washington Examiner, the move comes less than 2 years after Amazon donated $10 million to BLM and 11 other social justice groups following the death of George Floyd, and deprives the organization of a revenue source that has provided $306 million to charities across the U.S. The move comes after questions have been raised regarding what the parent organization, Black Lives Matter Global Network, did with the large amount of money it received in donations during the latter half of 2020. On February 2nd, the organization reportedly shut down its online fundraising after California and Washington made legal threats against the organization for failing to report what it did with the money, according to the Washington Examiner. In California, Attorney General Rob Bonta.
No one saw all this coming.
Issued a warning letter to BLM that stated the organization Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation, Inc. is delinquent with the Registry of Charitable Trusts for failing to submit required annual reports for the 2020.
Yeah, they haven't submitted their tax reports. I mean, they just think they can get away with anything. Hilarious. They're now. Oh, I've remembered the story I've got to tell you. You're going to feel for me. Remind me BT, right? After this, remind me BT. It's a mind-blowing.
tax year. Reports show that in 2020, Black Lives Matter raised $90 million, spent $8.4 million, and distributed $21.7 million in grants to 33 other organizations, closing the year with a balance of $60 million.
Well, hang on a minute. You can't tell us on the one hand that black communities are struggling and need money and then close the year with 60 million in the bank. Hang on, what? 21 million sorted out all the black ghetto problems, did it? Amazing. Amazing. What a con. What a con.
And I mean, wow, what a profitable entity. Could you imagine being an activist having to really do nothing except for stir the pot, rake in $90 million with no input cost whatsoever, 100% profit, and then throughout the year fail to spend half of it, $6 million going to causes, and nearly $22 million going to other organizations. And this is the racket that we've been talking about whenever we speak about BLM. You know, Patrice.
And that's the one that Wurzel Root told us all about on this channel.
Ken Coolers and these other lefties are always using the argument that the money didn't come directly from Black Lives Matter into Patrice Ken Coolers' pocket, which then she buys millions of dollars in real estate with, which of course it doesn't. But if you pay attention, Patrice Ken Coolers is the head of something like 5 or 6 different random organizations.
Yeah, you want to see the areas she bought those houses in as well.
The money gets funneled to these different places and never really goes to the community. It always seems to enrich the people who are running the charities.
It's all been invested. It's making billions for that dodgy pair of Marxist bastards.
Scam itself and not the community. They raised $90 million and then barely spent anything to the benefit of the communities that they were fundraising off of. I mean, go to downtown Minneapolis, a place that has become a war zone since the Black Lives Matter protests. Why is the money not going to keeping the community safe, starting small businesses, building infrastructures or community centers, something that would actually make the community a better and stronger and safer place?
And there's plenty of black community organizers on the internet complaining that they got something like, some of them got like $2,000. $2,000. Are you joking? You've got 60 million in the bank. You've invested it and you've given people $2,000. Yeah, I'll buy some tents if you've got some homeless people. Yeah, get some needles. I mean, look. I told you this is a year of wins all the way up to the midterms. We got so many good things. BLM's. I think we don't hear about BLM by 2023. That's just the past. That's finished. And loads of people who supported it will be going, no, but I thought it was all right at the time. Yeah, it wasn't. We told you, but crack on. Next time, fucking think, you nuts. Right, listen to this story, right? True story. I am pissed, right? I am pissed. So I thought I'd get a credit score. I'd have a look at my credit score. Fucking awful, right? Fucking awful. You can imagine, most of you know the life I've had. I got loads of loans and just never paid them back. Done this, fucked this up. So fucking awful. But that was all in the past, long way back. So I thought, right, it's time to get a decent credit score. And when I was with the missus, there was talk of getting an house and all that. And I thought I might need a mortgage or something. And so I started building my credit score up. And I joined this thing called Clear Score. And they tell you what you can do. One of them was get another bank account, get a credit card. So I got another bank account, which is really difficult because I'm in Cambodia and you try and get a bank in England. It's like, oh, what's your phone number? Because you've got to get the app and you're like, managed to do that. Got a credit card and it says you have to actually use the credit card. It's weird. You need to borrow money for your credit score to go up. Yeah. Get little loans here and there, use your overdraft and pay it off. A lot of hassle, right? My credit score was about 230 when all this started, right? They consider an averagely good one to be about 600. It was 230, yeah? Now, I got it up to, hang on, what is that? 440. 440 in about a year and a half. And I was like, hello, La. I was like, this is amazing. 440. Give it another year, and then they knock off anything from like 6 years ago. And I was thinking, well, I know there was a couple of non-payments. I paid back a loan, but I missed a couple, and that's like punishment. And I was thinking, this is amazing, 440. Keep going like this. I'll get it up to 600. Nice. And then look, Rags is on 700. Fucking hell. Shane says, I didn't know they went that low. Well, I messed about a bit. Now, check this out, right? My business, I can get a platinum Amex card through my business because of the money the business spends, not the profit it makes, but the money it spends. Now, you might think, what do you want a fucking platinum Amex card for? Well, for the free air miles, yeah. Can you imagine you're spending business money, not profits, on credit? You pay them off. I can travel for free if I get that card. On top of that, I get to use the very swanky Amex lounge at airports around the world, where you get free massages, free course meals, glass of champagne. It's well worth it, right? Not all that Ponzi bit, but just free travel. Free travel. Just by spending my advertising spend and my stock spend on my Amex card. Do you understand? Right. So I thought, okay, applied for it, and they said, no, you've got to have a credit score of 650. So here I was building it all up. And then I got this clear score report come through, and it said, here's some of the things that are damaging your credit score. And there was this thing saying BT, 75 quid, disputed. I thought, what the fuck is that? And I thought, I haven't had BT for donkey's years. And I was like, all right, I'll look into it. So I've looked into it, and it turned out that when I moved out here, I didn't pay the last one. I thought I'd done it all. I remember saying to them, I'm moving to Cambodia. I'm not going to need your services. And they were like, all right, you've got to make X amount of payments because it's quarterly and you can't just end now. It's at the end of the quarter. And I was like, yeah, no problem. But it turns out I didn't. And that's what that was, right? So I thought, well, if this is damaging my credit score, because my credit score's going well, I'm doing what I'm told and it's going well. So I rung up BT January the 16th, right? I know the date and you'll see why. I rung them up, got through to this bloke, fucking Robert, probably Rackpool's lieutenant. I said, listen, mate, I said, I know this isn't your fault, but I've got this 75 quid BT bill and I've been told it's damaging my credit score. I'm not going to argue over 75 quid. Can I just pay it? He said, yeah, no problem. He said, what's the address on the account? So I give him the address that I set the account up in. He went, no, we haven't got anything for that. I said, well, hang on then. Maybe you've got my mother's house, because I moved to my mother's house and I cancelled it from there. And I would have still been using it there because I don't want my mum's crappy 1 megabyte of memory talk internet to run my business from my mother's house. He went, no. He said, we've got nothing there. I said, so you've got no account for me? And he said, no. And I gave him my full name and everything. And he said, no, there's nothing here. And I said, well, what do I do? He said, well, look. He said, to be honest with you, because we've got no accounts for you, you can't pay it. So he said, I'll tell you what, I'll get that taken off the system. And that then it will come off. It'll be off your next credit score. I was like, oh, fucking great. I said, I am willing to pay it. He said, no. He said, there's no way you can pay it, right? I've just got to remember what the word is. Hang on. Oh yeah, and on the little thing on ClearScore, it said disputed, right? So he said, I'll just sort it out. So that was 16th of January. On the 17th of February, a few days ago, I got my ClearScore credit report through. Down 140 points. 140 fucking points. I'm back down to 300. And it says why. BT, they've changed it from disputed to deficit. So that cheeky cunt, excuse my English, he didn't erase it from my account. He changed it to you owe us money. I was fucking fuming yesterday. I tell you, I was going absolutely berserk. And I thought, no. So I've rung them back up. Now, don't forget, when you try and talk to these fuckers, you waiting around for hours. And the phone dropped out twice while I was talking to them. Just blink. And I'm calling England, so that's lovely. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. So I called him yesterday. Yeah, no, there's no way of paying it. Yeah, I know that. So what do I do? Well, you've got to make a complaint with Equifax. Equifax provide the credit scores. So I've lodged this crappy complaint with Equifax where it isn't even an option. Tell us what you're querying. It's not there. So I've had to pick a different heading and then say, look, this is the situation. And it's almost certain they're going to get back to me and say, no, we had an update from BT that you owe them 75 quid because it's no longer disputed. It's in deficit. So I can't pay them. And here's the kicker. That was in 2018, right? 4 years ago. If I hadn't contacted them, I'd have kept that 140 points. And in 2 years, because in every 6 years, it all gets written off. In 2 years, it had just been forgotten about. But on my ClearScore thing, I looked at a previous one. It said 2018. Now it says 2022. So now I've got to wait another 6 years to get rid of that. All because I rang them up and tried to pay it. All I wanted to do was pay it. Now that's cost me 140 points for 6 years. And I looked further on the internet because that's now in deficit. That could have ongoing damage. He hasn't paid it this quarter. Next quarter, he hasn't paid it. Down. Next quarter, he hasn't paid it. Down. That's what someone on money saving expert said. That will continue to, because you still haven't paid it, it counts as another non-payment. Well, that's fucking great. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Why did I? So that really was not nice. And that has cost me free travel. That's the kicker. Cost me 600 quid to go back and see my mother. That Amex would have given me free travel and a lot of it as well. Devastated. Thanks, BT, you fucking morons. You can usually call these bastards out on Twitter, but I couldn't find BT on Twitter. If you shout at them in public, you usually get things sorted out. I see the F's in the chat for my credit score. No, you're absolutely right, Skin Scar. Yeah, I should have just ignored it. Fuck you, you'll be off my credit score in 2 years. No, I'll pay it. No, we're going to punish you. And I can almost guarantee that Equifax will come back and say, nah, because they ain't going to want to do that work. It's a free service. Why are they going to want to work? They make money out of you getting credit cards and things. They don't want me to have a good credit score. They're going to say, well, that is bad, but you can build it up by doing this, and we'll get a little kickback. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. Right. I think that's it, people. I think I've just left you on a very unpleasant story. Sorry, I've lost all motivation for living because I only just remembered it. Right, listen, special thank you to everyone who donated. Special thanks to Rags for helping me out with the clips and that. Thanks to Steve Craig, Rags, Moslab, and sometimes JC for looking after the place. Thank you lot for being brilliant. If you like reading or you want to try reading some of my stories, link in the description. I've got a Substack. There's 15 stories in the archive. Go and check them out. They're brilliant. If you put your email in and subscribe, all the new ones I write, which is about once a month, will be emailed straight to you. Good way of supporting the channel. It's totally free. Substack, link in the description. Let's have a bit of this, make a bit of a change. I'll probably see you at some point tomorrow, people. Sunny Monday. Can you imagine? I was in bed all Saturday and all morning today. Missed my weekend. Back to work in the morning. Bollocks! Look after yourselves, people. I've had an absolute pleasure. This is Bally G. Here you go. Check this out. Please play first time. Ta-da!
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. All my friends are sick of having me around. Nobody wants to give a buddy one last break. Can't go on, I've taken all a man can take. Life is a curse, it only gets worse, and the world don't watch you drown. Maybe my mind will fail to ever find the point. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. Looking back, I rejected every place I stayed.
I just want to say the Killer GP sent a fiver. He said, for the Grift lad, Trudeau, the part-time ski instructor and supply teacher, now dabbling in tyranny. Crazy times we live in. Thank you, Killer GP. Sorry I missed that, mate.
Justify the mess I'm in. People get mad and people get sad, but at least they have a cause. Struggle to feel emotion I could really trust. I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
Scott's Armour on later, people. There's the link on the screen now. Check it out. I'll put it in my Telegram. Rags, remind me and I'll put it in my Telegram, mate.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the river.
Nice one, Skin Scar. Appreciate Cuckoo. Nice one, Crusher Brave. Appreciate Cookie. Good work, Jeff. When you come up to a significant, when you get to 2 months, like you've just said, let us know.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave.
Nice to have you here, Filming Fight Club.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
No, you're doing a cracking job, Jeff. That's amazing. No, the first few months are always the hardest.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave.
Nice one, Chris. So don't forget, people, Scott's Armour streaming tonight. I'll pop it in my Telegram. Yeah, see you later, Trudeau. Oh, at least you got the dog, Raymond. Just me and my Jack Jones. Although I have been watching, where am I? I have been watching Deadwood. Has anyone checked out Godless yet? Deadwood's a little bit like methadone for Godless. I think Godless is superior, but Deadwood's old in me. Look after yourselves, people. Hoit!